Game started.
Here's a game. Naren from India, it looks like. Let's see, India. Okay, well, let's try e5. The the King's Gambit. Let's try the King's Gambit declined line. I've been trying to learn this line as an alternative to the crazy main lines. I still get into trouble here. Yeah. Black doesn't take the pawn, but just develops. And white develops. Black develops as well. White didn't take the pawn, I mean. I think taking the pawn is a mistake because there's the queen check, so the knight comes out. And so he pins my knight. He's threatening. There's this threat to push this pawn forward twice, and then I would have an attack on that pinned knight. So gotta deal with that right away. Also, I want to be able to take back with the knight if he takes my e-pawn. Oh, so he can win a pawn here, I guess. Yeah, he can take the knight. So let's think about it. I take with the bishop. Well, his pawn is hanging too. So he takes here, I take there. So I have to take with the bishop. And so let's take once then. That'll deal with my problem of the hanging pawn. And drop back. So I've got the bishop pair. He has a great center, but not so much development. So maybe this is still okay. Now if I come forward with knight to f6, I'll be threatening that pawn. He'll probably push it forward. And after the exchange, the knight could go to d4. So let's try it. The knight on d4 would be defended by the bishop and the queen because the exchange would open up open up the line from the queen to the d5. Knight on d5 would open up, and it's attacked. So he doesn't push the e-pawn forward, he pushes the d-pawn. Let's see. No, I can't go out there. I was thinking that might be a nice diagonal to keep him from castling, but I guess that's not happening. The knight's covering that square. Now he pushes forward. So let's take once. I can pin that pawn with the queen. Maybe that's an interesting way to play this. And he's not castling at the moment. He's opened up this line. If he doesn't unpin right away, this could give me some time to rearrange where my knight is. Like I could castle and then the knight would have the e8 square to retreat to. And the knight could also go out to... okay, that's a problem. I got to deal with this immediately. I can castle queenside, so I don't mind playing h6 and g5. That would be okay. So he takes. And then he can't castle, but he could unpin with a move like knight or queen to e2. I could take here and then castle queenside. I've got the two bishops against the two knights. And he has all this space, but those pawns maybe will just fall apart. So he unpins that way. Oh, he's going to bring a rook. He's going to bring a rook to the e file there. So let's just go here. Let's just castle. Then I can take here. He can take with the knight or the rook. If he takes with the knight, I've got a check on g5. That looks interesting. If he takes with the rook, what do I play though? Maybe queen to... there's either queen to b4 or queen to d6. Queen d6, knight here or there. Queen b4, I guess. Yeah, queen here, he just has pushing the pawn forward. So let's bring the queen out. This looks interesting. I'm looking at the b pawn. King still seems somewhat exposed. There is a check over here. So the king runs that way, defends the b pawn. Yeah, he's holding on. So rook to g8 would threaten g2 here. It'd be nice to get my bishop on this diagonal. Bishop can't go there directly. But I could start by harassing his rook. And then I have bishop to f5 if the rook drops back. The rook could come over to h. The rook could come over to h5, but I have bishop g4, pinning the knight, hitting the rook. He did go there. So, but isn't this a little something here? I can't stay there, and I can drop here with check. Rook is hitting my queen, but he has to deal with the check first, and then I can move my queen. Yeah, I guess I'm doing that.
Check.
It's just keeping his king from getting to a safe square. His king can drop back to c1. I guess that's what will happen. But I have bishop here. Bishop check on e3. And if the king moves away, I have queen takes b2 with check. Also looks good. So I think his position should be falling apart here. I still have to be careful. It's crazy complicated. But with his king running around, this can't be that good for him, can it? Well, he's a better rated player than me in this rating pool, so let's give him time. He might find something. He did go there. Okay, so after this check, he can block with the knight.
Check. White resign.
He just
Incoming
resigned.
Challenge.
Okay, well that's interesting. I don't know if that's worthy of resigning. Here,
Incoming
let's
challenge.
put on the computer. Okay, so knight d2 and then queen takes h4. Oh, right, it undefends his rook. So that's totally winning. Well, that was a nice short game. I will upload this and do a post-mortem. See you guys later. Bye.